Welcome back. I'm joined here with Kimberly Ott with the City of Flagstaff to discuss some of the items that the City Council has been considering. Now, Kim, I know that you guys didn't have a meeting last night,
right,
but to discuss some of the things that will be on the agenda for next week, I understand there's something along with the US 180 and the congestion there.
Yeah, so every season, every winter season, we have probably 4 or 5 weekends, usually on holiday weekends, where it seems like all of Phoenix comes up here and wants to go to snowball or play in the snow in the snow play areas. And what that leads to at the end of the day, when everyone's trying to go back home, is 180 and Milton Road are just jam-packed with traffic. It could lead to hour-long delays, and that's been a general frustration, especially for residents and people trying to leave. So Council's going to hear a report from one of our staff members on how this season went and what kind of measures the city, in coordination with the Coconino County Sheriff's Office, the Forest Service, have made to try to alleviate some of those blockages. Things like additional signage, trying to get officers at key areas to move traffic into different locations. I mean, there are some long-range looks that will probably be talked about next week involving ADOT. Are there things that can be done on Milton or 180 to improve that traffic flow, expand it in some way? But those are really long-term fixes. So Council will hear more about that at next week's work session.
And transition from traffic and into parking. I understand around NAU and that north part there's a parking permit program that will be discussed.
Yeah, so this has been a kind of a long-range problem where residential areas and businesses in the south side neighborhood have expressed concern about student parking, and it's blocking business opportunities, residential areas. Years ago, Council looked at should we have a permit system, and that kind of fell to the wayside. Well, it's been brought up again with the increased student housing and things going on campus. So what Council will hear at next Tuesday's meeting is what's the problem and what are some potential options to address that problem. So it will really be more of a discussion, really refining the problem again and what those opportunities might be. Is it a permit parking program? Is it higher ticketing? Is it going to court? So they're going to really hear about the problem and then recommend possible solutions. So no decisions next week, but hear more about where we're going.
Well, thank you, Kimberly, for joining us. And Bonnie, back to you at the desk.